Hello everyone, I'm Meenu Agarwal and today I will be discussing the topic enzyme electrodes, that is enzyme based biosensors. In today's lecture I will be discussing about what are enzyme electrodes, history of enzyme electrodes, design and types of enzyme electrodes and their applications. What are enzyme electrodes? They are miniature chemical transducer which functions by combining an electrochemical procedure with immobilized enzyme activity. In simple words, we can say that an enzyme can be combined with an electrochemical sensor to produce an electrode that will measure the substrate for that enzyme. Such electrodes, they are known as enzyme electrodes. These electrodes are exclusively designed for the potentiometric or amperometric assay of substrate. For instance, alcohol, amino acids, glucose and lactic acid. The enzyme electrode, it is a combination of any electrochemical probe with a thin layer of immobilized enzyme. History of enzyme electrodes. Enzyme electrodes, they are a type of biosensor that have enzyme as a biological component. The history of biosensors, it started in the year 1962 with the development of amperometric enzyme electrode for glucose by the scientist Clark. The year 1969, it marks first potentiometric biosensor where urease was immobilized on an ammonia electrode to detect urea. During the year 1972 to 75, first commercial glucose biosensor was developed by Yellow Spring Instruments. Since then, several biosensors, including enzyme electrodes, were developed. Design of enzyme electrodes. The electrochemical electrode or the enzyme electrode, it is composed of an electrochemical sensor which is in a very close contact with a thin permeable enzyme membrane. The embedded enzymes that are located in the membrane, they produce products such as hydrogen ions, oxygen, ammonium ions, carbon dioxide, or small molecules depending solely on the enzymatic reactions. Further, they are rapidly detected by the particular sensor. The magnitude of the response, it gives the precise estimation of the prevailing concentration of the substrate. In this figure, design of enzyme electrode is shown. The biological component that is present in a biosensor, it can be an enzyme or a multi-enzyme system. It could also be an antibody or a cell or even whole slice of tissue. In these devices, the enzyme it is combined with electrochemical probe. The output of the device could be in terms of current, voltage or conductivity. Types of enzyme electrodes. Amperometric enzyme electrode, potentiometric enzyme electrode, conductometric enzyme electrode. Their working can be summarized as the analyte it is sensed by the immobilized enzyme. Further, the progress of the enzyme reaction it is monitored by the rate of formation of product or the disappearance of a reactant. If either the product or the reactant are electroactive, then the progress of the reaction can be monitored as output in form of a current or potential or conductivity. The most commonly used enzyme in the design of enzyme electrodes, they contain redox groups which change redox state during the biochemical reaction. Enzyme electrode with redox group of this type are the oxidases and the PQQ dependent dehydrogenases. In nature, oxidase enzymes such as glucose lactate and cholesterol oxidase, they act by oxidizing their substrate, that is accepting electrons in the process and thereby changing to an inactivated reduced state. These enzymes they normally return to their active oxidized state by transferring these electrons to a molecular oxygen, resulting in the production of a hydrogen peroxide. As both oxygen and hydrogen peroxide are both electrochemically active, the progress of the biochemical reaction it can be followed by either reducing the oxygen or oxidizing the hydrogen peroxide. The method based upon oxygen reduction at an oxygen electrode or measurement that are based upon hydrogen peroxide oxidation is one of the most popular approach. Glucose biosensors. The most commercially successful biosensors are amperometric glucose biosensors. These biosensors they are available in the market in various shapes and forms such as glucose pens, glucose displays, etc. The first experiment that served as the origin of glucose biosensor it was carried out by Clark. He used platinum electrodes to detect oxygen. The enzyme glucose oxidase it was placed very close to the surface of platinum by physically trapping it against the electrodes with a piece of dialysis membrane. The enzyme activity changes depending on the surrounding oxygen concentration. This figure shows the reaction that is catalyzed by glucose oxidase. Glucose reacts with glucose oxidase to form gluconic acid while producing 2 electrons and 2 protons and thus reducing glucose oxidase. The reduced glucose oxidase, that is surrounding oxygen, electrons, and protons, it react to form hydrogen peroxide and oxidized glucose oxidase. This glucose oxidase can again react with more glucose. The higher the glucose content, more oxygen will be consumed. On the other hand, lower glucose content, it will result in more hydrogen peroxide. Hence, either the consumption of oxygen or the production of hydrogen peroxide can be detected by the help of platinum electrodes, and this can serve as a measure of glucose concentration. Mediated systems. There is a limitation of the peroxide system that I have discussed, and the limitation is the high operating voltage that is required to oxidize the hydrogen peroxide, which result in the possibility of interference. Now, the use of mediators, that is, the molecules which can shuttle electrons between the redox center of the enzyme and the electrode, they can minimize this problem. Bioenzyme systems. Recently, work has focused on the direct electrical communication between an enzyme and the electrode. Although success in this field has been limited, one enzyme which has achieved this goal is horse-radish peroxide, HRP. It catalyzes the reduction of hydrogen peroxide at the expense of a number of organic reducing compounds. When the enzyme is linked electrically to an electrode, the need for the organic reductant is obviated since the electrode itself provides the reducing equivalents. Now, talking about the applications of biosensors in healthcare, measurement of metabolites. Measurement of blood gases, ions, and metabolites is very essential and that allow a better estimation of the metabolic state of a patient. In intensive care units, for example, patients they show rapid variation in their biochemical level that require an urgent remedial action. Also, in less severe patient handling, more successful treatment can be achieved by obtaining instant assays. These assays are performed by analytical laboratories where discrete samples are analyzed, frequently using the more traditional analytical techniques. Insulin therapy. Better methods for the treatment of insulin dependent diabetes has been sought and infusion systems for continuous insulin delivery has been developed. Three schemes are possible for the same. The first two they are dependent on discrete manual glucose measurement and a third is a closed loop system where the insulin delivery is controlled by the output of a glucose sensor which is integrated with the insulin infuser. These are some of the potential applications for biosensors: clinical diagnosis and biomedicine, farm, garden and veterinary analysis, process control, production and analysis, microbiology, pharmaceutical and drug analysis, industrial effluent control, pollution control and monitoring, and military applications. Advantages of biosensors over other measurement schemes. They can measure non-polar molecules that do not respond to other measurement devices. These biosensors they are specific as the immobilized system is being used. And third, they allow rapid continuous control. Now there are certain limitations or disadvantages of biosensors. The first one is heat sterilization is not possible as this can denature the biological part of the biosensor. Second, the membrane that separates the reactor media from the immobilized cells of the sensor can become fouled by deposits. The third one is the cells in the biosensor they can become intoxicated by other molecules that are capable of diffusing through the membrane. And last, the changes in the reactor broth can put chemical and mechanical stress on the biosensor that might eventually impair it. That's all for today. Thank you. If you're having any query, then you can write in the comment box below. Thank you.